So what I want to talk quickly about is the odor associated with the SenSci Activ bedbug lure. Obviously, if bugs are responding to it, there is, some sort of scent or odor out there. And what you'll notice when you open up the packet is that, in my opinion, it smells almost like a rotten citrus smell. Other people think it smells something different than that. Most people find it either not offensive or very mildly offensive, but occasionally you will encounter somebody that is just sensitive to odors and finds it maybe more offensive. The bottom line when it comes to the odor associated with it is it's something you may want to discuss with commercial property managers, and the perfect example is in the office that I'm sitting in here. When we go into offices and hotel settings, those are what we call very sterile environments. When you're in somebody's home, they're cooking food, there's dirty laundry around, there might be dogs or cats present. There's all kinds of odors in those environments. And so what we have found in very preliminary testing is that the odor in homes is either not noticeable or very, very mildly noticeable, if at all. But when you go into sterile environments, it may be a little more noticeable. Now, what I want to say up front is once the lure packet, as you can see here, is installed in the volcano and it's put on the floor as per our use directions, the smell will dissipate within an hour or two of setting. And in preliminary studies in office settings, we have not had any complaints filed to date about odor, and we have actually installed it underneath people's desks without their knowledge, and to date nobody has said anything. And so I don't believe odor is going to be a major issue with SenSci Activ bedbug lure. But it is something that you should be aware of, which you will notice when you open it up, and we highly recommend you just discuss it with property managers. Let them know there is an odor associated with it. That way, if somebody says something, they can be prepared to respond. And there's also things you could do to get around that initial installation, opening, and odor that's created. As you're initially opening these packets and you've got them up at head level, the odor tends to be more noticeable as opposed to when it's placed in the device and installed under a desk and then sits there for an hour or two. And so, as I said real quick, there is an odor associated with it. We have not had any complaints to date in regards to commercial settings and other places in terms of the odor being offensive to the point that they can't use the monitor. But it's something you should be aware of, discuss with property managers, and address as needed.